started with one simple question. My sister-in-law called and said the girls want to get together.
Prosím?
Do you want coffee on Wednesday?
Nazdar.
And would I not mind calling Anička to tell her?
Štvedný? Že štvedný? Aha. Gábu. OK, ja. Určitě. OK. Uvidíme. Ahoj. Čau. Ahoj, čau. Čau. Ahoj, čau. Ahoj. Okay.
That should have been a simple question. Not philosophically simple, not emotionally simple, just simple. Coffee. Wednesday. Yes or no? In America, want to grab coffee can mean two people vaguely meeting. Coffee can be social, familial, scheduled, coordinated, and quietly diplomatic. But this is not how coffee works here, because coffee is never just coffee. Coffee is a living organism. Coffee is a committee. Coffee is a chain of command. So I called Anička. Then Anička called Efka. Then Efka called me back and said that they couldn't do Wednesday. But she could definitely do Thursday. So then I had to call my sister-in-law back and tell her Wednesday had now become Thursday. Six hours later, I realized that no one had actually told Anička, which means the original coffee plan had already collapsed. But very politely. No problem. I'll just call her when I get home from grocery shopping. Then Thursday morning came, and my spouse casually said,
Are we going for coffee today?
Today, as in Thursday, as in the Thursday I had somehow forgotten had survived, as in the Thursday that I had forgotten to call Anička about when I came home from the grocery store last week. And then the call started again. It was Anička. What if I don't answer? Anička said her husband was sick, so she couldn't come in from the village. So now I had to call my sister-in-law to see if she still wanted to come. My sister-in-law said, maybe we shouldn't go at all. Maybe we should wait until Anička can come. Which sounded reasonable. But then I thought, I should probably call Efka. So I called Efka. Efka said she had already bought her bus ticket from Babice. Listening to Efka crashing out meant that at this point, this was no longer coffee. This was transit infrastructure. This was diplomacy. This was international relations. Except everyone was in Moravia and nobody knew what was happening. I asked my spouse, what do we do?
We go for coffee with Efka.
So I started getting dressed. And just as I started accepting my fate, it was Efka. Anichka had called her and said she just wished that everyone would just wait until she could come. And by then it was 3 p.m., 3 o'clock. At 3 p.m., I had a very serious question.
Do I even want coffee anymore?
And the answer was no. I definitely do not want to go for coffee anymore. I didn't want coffee. I didn't want coordination. I didn't want any more updates. And I didn't want one more woman calling another woman about what another woman may or may not have said about a day that used to be on Wednesday. I wanted the planning committee dissolved. I wanted to lie down in a dark room and never hear the word coffee again. Because somewhere between Wednesday and Thursday, between one village and another, between one bus ticket and one sick husband, coffee had stopped being a beverage and became an administrative event. And I think that that may be one of the great differences in life here. In America, people say, want to grab coffee? And then two people go to get coffee. Sure, it was probably yucky coffee. Yeah, I know what you think. But here, coffee can involve logistics, delegation, consultation, rural transit, family hierarchy, and at least 4 separate women trying to not offend each other. By the time coffee actually happens, you no longer want caffeine. You want closure. And this is how something small becomes a whole day, and the event becomes bigger than the thing itself.